Well, good morning, everybody. How is everyone doing this bike week, Daytona Beach? Staying out of trouble? Staying out of trouble? All right, well, you still got time. Doesn't end till Sunday, so. Welcome to Daytona Cinematique and 1 Million Cups, Daytona Beach. We get the opportunity to be here because Daytona Cinematique opens this up to us, and we are sponsored by Volusia County Economic Development. So, cheers to them for supporting us financially to rent this space. They have events going on all throughout the month. On your tables, there's calendars, so let's support this great venue. And today, do we have any new folks that's never been here before? Well, welcome. Welcome to the So all throughout the country, the Kaufman Foundation has these opportunities for entrepreneurs to share their story and come up with ideas. And the benefit of the person sharing the information is that we, the audience, get to give him feedback or her feedback. And that's what they're here for. Helps me move along in my endeavors. So today, I want you to welcome our good friend CoDa, who's going to talk about CoDa Lens Studios.
How you guys doing today? Hey. Well, hi, my name is Coleman Serbu. I'm the CEO and founder of CoDa Lens Studios. I'm 22 years old. I moved to Florida my first year of high school. Went to Seabreeze where I graduated. After that, we got some Seabreeze alumni here. After that, I graduated from Daytona State with my music production technology degree. And it's been a wild journey. My freshman year of college, I started this business out of my bedroom, and just last year we moved into a commercial space, and it's been a huge blessing. So, let me tell you a little bit about us and a little bit about myself. I play any instrument you can think of. I love music, and I think music really brings us together. Music is the foundation of culture for every culture in the world, and we truly believe that here at Daytona Beach and in CoDa Lens Studios. So first and foremost, our studio, we're a recording studio, which means that we usually have different artists come in, bring us some song or demo that they want to work on and make better. And our goal is to help connect with the artists and make the best track we can. Second, we're a record label, which means we're registered with ASCAP, and we have the privilege of signing and producing artists, allowing them to succeed in whatever they may need and give them any sort of resources that they need to succeed. Third, we're a creative center, which is kind of new, but something we really want to focus on, which means that anyone who's creative that has a cool idea, we want to be able to be an outlet for them with connections and nice directions to go, and that's really our goal here at CoDa Lens Studios. So it's been a pleasure kind of starting this journey since my freshman year of college, and it's been super weird going from a bedroom to a commercial studio. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced it, but it's kind of a little shock. I have a little bit of imposter syndrome, a little bit. It's bad. But let's tell you a little bit about my plan for the business and kind of what we're doing now and what we plan on doing in the future. So right now, we make most of our income through our record label and through our streams, along with our independent recording sessions and our mixing and mastering for those sessions. And mixing and mastering, that really just means making the song better, making it sound more radio ready so you guys enjoy it. But that's really where we make most of our money. Along with that, we have a lot of live events and live performances that help spread the word about us. For our future plan, our real big plan is to open up a couple new locations, allowing those to be more of like the main recording studios, and having our studio now be the mixing and mastering hub, where all the tracks are sent back to, and then you get them that day. Along with that, we want to focus on a youth music camp, one for ages 10 to 13, allowing kids to meet other kids like them that are interested in music and jamming out together, and another camp for ages 15 to 18, teaching kids how to make beats, produce, and just make music in general. Along with that, I want to do more bigger scaled events. Bigger scaled events involving some smaller businesses like you. It's going to create a lot of synergy with us, and it's going to help Daytona Beach a lot. So here at Daytona Beach, here at CoDa Lens Studios, we have a really important mission statement, and that is when words fail, music speaks. I might be choking up on words right now, but I can promise you, if you heard one of my songs, I would talk to you a little bit better, and I'd have a lot better language. And I truly believe that. Music is the center for every culture in America. When you look at some of our first cultures to even nowadays, music is at the center point of that. Music connects all of us, whether you're a grumpy dude sitting on your couch or you're happy-go-lucky and you're just going through the store, you have a song in your heart, whatever that may be. I'm not here to judge. But yeah, music is a huge part of it, and Daytona has a really cool music scene. There's just a couple things that we're missing. We really need to work hard, and we can change the music culture. So let me tell you about that. Some examples that we've seen of music culture that have done really, really great are Nashville. How many of you guys have been to Nashville before? A lot of people, yeah, I know I have. And if you go to Nashville, no matter where you go, no matter what time of day it is, you can find music 24/7, 365, anywhere on that calendar, you're going to Nashville, you're finding music. And that is a statement for them. That is the definition of their music culture in Nashville. When we look at places like Atlanta, in the past 20 to 30 years, they've had a huge boom of recording in R&B and hip-hop. Because of that, that is the staple. If you're an R&B or hip-hop artist, you go there to record. You go there if you're trying to find a label. And that's a huge example of music culture in Atlanta. Along with that, two up-and-coming towns are Richmond, Virginia, and Austin, Texas. A lot of smaller artists are blowing up out of these towns because of the music scene and music culture that they have. Live events, 24/7 music, along with that, smaller artists being highlighted in these towns, that's what's letting them blow up. So we can look at some of those examples, but let's look at our music scene, and let's kind of see where we compare. So Daytona Beach has one of the widest diversities of residents and tourists ever. It's incredible. Because of this, we have 4 annual events. Those events are Daytona 500, Bike Week and Biketoberfest, and Rockville. And when you look at those 4 events on the calendar, you're going to see a lot of dead space. You're going to see a lot of empty bits on these 4 annual calendars. And that's really what we're missing right now. We need to give tourists and residents a reason to come out of your house besides those 4 events. Me, when I go to Atlanta, I go for a weekend trip, I'm going to go see a concert, I'm getting a hotel, I'm spending money on gas, money on food, and that's hard-earned money that I worked really hard in my studio to get. So that says a lot. For me wanting to spend my money on a music culture, it's got to be pretty important. Along with that, when Rockville was brought to us, we started at 100,000 guests coming from Jacksonville. And initially, when we came into Daytona Beach, we increased to 160,000 guests. And that's a huge number. And that's just Daytona Beach alone. That's because of our tourist town. And it's a really powerful thing. Along with that, we have over 50 bars and local restaurants that provide live music all the time. And they pay artists a minimum of $250 for 3 hours of work. And that's a really important number, so don't forget that. So yeah, we already have a really nice music scene. We already have a nice bit of music live already, but we only have these 4 events giving people a reason to show up and come out of their house. So let's look at what we can do differently. I have a really, really great mentor that taught me that the recipe for success is copyable and manageable by anybody. If you want to be successful, you can do it just by cooking these recipes and putting all the right ingredients into a pot. So what does our recipe for success mean? How can we get to that music culture and get to the music scene that we want to be? Well, I believe we can get there through smaller events involving us local businesses, highlighting local artists. This is going to fill up a lot of that dead space in the calendar and give more people a reason to show up and be out here. Along with that, if we can utilize our current infrastructure, such as the Peabody, the Ocean Center, and the band shell, we have more locations and more cool events and venues for people to come out to, which I personally want to play at the band shell. I don't know if you guys have seen a concert there, but it's awesome. It's a great place to be. But yeah, we need to inject this new music culture, and we need to define it. And we can do that by building a fan base for music culture. So what does that look like? To build any fan base, you really only need 3 things. It's kind of another recipe. First, you got to hook them. You got to tell them what they're going to be looking at. You're going to get them a little excited. Then you got to show them the benefits of what they're going to be into. You got to show them how this can benefit them, maybe what this can do for your town, what this can do for you as an individual. Then you got to allow them to connect with it. If you don't allow them to connect with it, they don't have a reason to show up and they don't have a reason to participate. And that's a really, really big thing. So if we can do all 3 of those things, we can build a fan base for music culture. And that's going to encourage more people my age to come out and go to these events. And that's a really big part of our music culture that we can build. So I know that if we just do some of these things, right, we can change how our calendar looks, fill up some of this white space on the calendar, and all of this is just going to lead to an incredible music culture development in Daytona Beach. Me personally, that's my only goal here at CoDa Lens Studio, and that's really what I'm working for. And I know that we can do this together. We really got to just connect with each other. So how we can connect with each other, like I said, just doing more music-based events. Anything that you have going on in your small business, put music in it. I don't care what it is, music needs to be there 24/7, 365 for someone like me, or even a tourist, to be hooked on the second I see it. And that's really what's going to encourage more connection. along with that, collaboration between you and me is going to create synergism with whatever we do. We're going to grow, I'm going to grow, you're going to grow, and that's shown in some of the events that I've done already. Here I have some pictures of some open mics that I've actually hosted here at the Cinematique, along with open mics that I've hosted at the CoDa Bar, and they've proven to be both successful for me and the business that I host them at. So we can do more of this. We can highlight local artists and really show what we have to offer. It's just a couple more steps, and we got to cook this recipe right. So I know that I have the right mindset to do this, but I need your help. You know, I'm only 22 years old, and you guys have been in business probably longer than I've been alive, and I have a lot to learn. So that's why I'm here. That's why I need this construction, and why I know that you guys have probably a better idea of how we can make music a better culture in Daytona Beach. So yeah, please connect with me. My name is Coleman Serby. Again, I'm the CEO and founder of CoDa Lens Studios, and our big goal here, let's make Daytona Beach the next music town. Thank you guys.
Wow, that was fantastic. Great job. Great presentation. Give it a round. I'm Tom Jordan, one of the organizers here, along with Sean, of course, and where's Charlie? Charlie in the back. Val's out today, and I don't know if Carlos is MIA. So here's what we're going to do. Casey, you're right here. I just talked to you. We spent 20 minutes here.
It's fine, I'm shop labor.
No. So, for those of you who are new, we're going to do a couple Q&As. Questions, comments, ideas, anything to help him out with his program, with his project, with his business. So we're going to walk around. I know Lori had the first question here.
Hi, Lori McMullen with your Daytona Regional Chamber of Commerce. And the white spaces you're talking about is our love language. By the way, we are Bike Week along with the city of Daytona Beach. So that's one that we're managing right now, hence the casual wear. But one of our executive vice president and chief operating officer is a legend in this town, Janet Kersey. She was one of the founders of Biketoberfest for this. A lot of people don't know that. For the very same reason you're talking about, like white space and adding in something and drawing tourism. Yeah. She has a convention visitors bureau background. Very busy lady, but it has certifications in the event space. So I would highly recommend. Oh, and one more thing. She brought the NCA cheerleaders here too. So multiple things, on and on and on. Yeah. I would recommend. I'll give you my card. Contact me. I'll connect you with her, and you can come visit our beautiful new renovated building and maybe have a sit down with her, because she could plug you into some resources that are already there that would love your energy, probably, and then that would be a great way to get started to get plugged in. Save you some steps.
I love that. That's huge. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's definitely exactly what we need, is just more of that. Thank you so much.
Cool. Everything in your business is kind of who you know, right? Yeah. You got to know people. Slide back.
Hi, I'm Alex Walker, and I'm on the board of the local space. I don't know if you know what that is, but do you, as I say, are you plugged in with like the local space where we're actively trying to engage that?
Yeah, I don't know if you know Matthew Wall. Him and I had talked a little bit. He does kind of the open mics for locals mix. I really want, like, him and I had a great conversation about just this is the right direction that we need to be on, and we have all of these right pieces. We just got to connect the pieces together. And so yeah, I would definitely love to get involved with locals.
We have 4 music and arts expos every year. We also do monthly music events, so that could be something, obviously to fill the spaces. If you band together with other people doing that, we can help grow that industry.
That'd be huge, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that's definitely one of my big points is the local mix. That'd be definitely a huge one for sure.
So are you trying to be in a promoter?
Not necessarily. I've been asked that by Matthew Wall as well, kind of that same thing. I'm not a promoter of artists. That's not my job. I'm not a manager of artists. I have a record label, and in that's my job to manage those artists, but my big goal isn't really just about me. It's not about my label. It's really about what we can all do together and how we can change this town to be more of a music center. I can't stress this enough, guys. We all need to work together to fill this dead space, to make this more of a music scene. Because I can't do this alone. I'm not trying to do this alone.
My name is Eric. I'm with Exxon Regional Electric. Your enthusiasm is terrific, really.
Thank you.
I'm trying to understand how you're really trying to be an advocate for the community and the music scene, which I think is admirable. But how are you going to make money in the meantime? Is your goal to be making some income now and have a viable business
Yes,
Because
sir.
as you're doing these outreach and these various programs that we discussed today, the chamber of things, that's going to be a lot of energy. I don't see that bringing any income in currently.
Yeah, so that's a great point. At the moment, I have 2 interns actually, incredible kids that are from my News Journal Center Music Production Technology program, and they actually take care of my studio and run sessions in the meantime while I'm off doing these things. So usually, as I'm doing these events and hosting local events elsewhere, there are sessions generating my business income in the off time. And like I said previously, that's our big income source is these passive, independent sessions along with mix and masters for customers. That really sustains us as a business, and I really wish I would have built like some sort of a graph to show you how we've done, but it's scaled incredibly over the past year, especially since we moved into a commercial location. Business and our income has just been a blessing, and I'm super blessed to even be up here talking about it while things are getting mixed and mastered in the studio. So it's a big blessing, and yeah, I definitely plan on pushing and generating as much income as I can from my business, but that all kind of is working together with what's going on in Daytona. I can't build a bigger business if the tourism scene stays the same in Daytona. And I know for a fact that my plans for Daytona and my plan for myself is bigger than what we have now. So because of that, that's why I'm coming to you today. How can we change that today?
So, Scott from here, Daytona, you do have on your website, for those who don't know, you do have a business. And
Yes,
you
sir.
did let us know about it, but I don't think you have a slide for it. But tell them a little bit about that, because people do come to you and they do get it. Do you have that somewhere?
Uh-oh. Let's fix that real quick. Yeah,
Because there is a viable business behind this. You are making money. Just maybe you could show folks how to do it.
I'd love to, yeah. So yeah, like I said, we are a recording studio first and foremost. And if you haven't been to a recording studio, let me tell you about it, because that's what I got my degree in. Recording studio, I'm a recording engineer first and foremost. And so let's say I'm an artist and I'm looking for a place to record my demo. I'm going to call up CoDa Lens Studios and book about 2 hours of studio time, whether it's booking on my website or just booking through me directly. All of that is then done on a calendar, and you pay a deposit in advance for your time. Once you show up, we start recording to the MP3 or the WAV file that you want to work on, or if you don't have a beat or an instrumental, that's what I help with. And then after that, when you're done with the recording, I send you a rough mix, and you pay me for the rest of the session, and we call it a day. And you also have the option to pay for an extra mix and master, and a lot of people do that, and that usually ranges anywhere from about $200 to $400 for just one song. So that alone can take care of, 1 or 2 of the songs takes care of our rent, and then we're just in the green for the rest of the month. So it's definitely the music.
You have a very good venue on there. Maybe next time you present, just show that. And
Yeah.
I think one of your things is you're affordable. We were sitting back here trying to say, well, how are you a little different?
Yeah.
You're accessible and you're affordable.
Thank you.
You can promote that.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I wish I would have said that more. The reason why I'm so affordable is because I don't want to limit who's coming to my studio. If I have a rate that's so high that it only allows a certain clientele, then I'm going to already lose business. And Daytona Beach has a super wide diversity. We already said that before. We have such a wide diversity of residents, all making music. Right now alone in the past year, I'd say there's been probably a 50% increase in just local artists, rappers, or singers my age that want to be the next artist. And it's growing and growing tremendously. And because of that being cheap, gives people a reason to come out. Nowadays, you can record in your bedroom. So what's to save you the money from just recording in your bedroom? You know, that's really what we try to set as a point is we're cheap, but we're going to make it a big difference from what you're getting in your bedroom or what you're getting under a recording.
I'm still trying to understand exactly how we all can help you. So
Yeah.
I guess my question is, in terms of building the scene,
Yeah.
is there something you have in the works right now or planning in regards to having an event, a concert or something for your record label?
Yeah, that's a really great question. I've already, like I said, I've been hosting a lot of events and trying to make this music scene. But really, like I said, what I need help from you guys is incorporating music into your small business every single day, whatever that may be. If you're having some sort of event where it's just a pop-up with your friends, have a karaoke bar or have a live guitarist. If you're having a nice, huge event at your bar, have an open mic. There's so many ways that you can just put music in your everyday lives. That's really what I need from you guys. I don't need help with my business as much as I need help changing the music scene. And that's what I want to do is change Daytona Beach. You know, I have a lot of plans for my own events, but I can't manage, plan, host these events all by myself while still managing my business. That's why I need your help to work with the locals mix, to work with businesses like you guys to plan these events, to make it happen, and to make this music scene change.
So basically, it's your passion for music, just in general, and for that type of scene. And so you're saying that for people here who have anything going on, it's more so for them to add that in terms of uplifting their business and drawing a pull overall from the towns around to the building scene that way, not necessarily you in particular.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah, this is not about me. I'm not here saying, hey, text me and bring me to your event and your event. Just put music in your everyday lives. Truly. Allow music to be this 24/7 thing. Help me utilize the infrastructure that we have. Plan an event with your business that says, oh, I need music there. I have a couple people that I could call that could add music to my event. And that's really what I need to happen is fill this dead space in the calendar.
My name is Dion Bailey. I'm an entrepreneur in the area. Quick question, you have the capacity to do commercials or jingles?
Oh, for sure, yeah. We've actually done
You're talking to all business owners and you need to lead. Hey, let them know, I can do commercials, I can do jingles, I can get you up into the new millennial upbeat commercials. You got radio spots. Is Terry here today? Nope. Okay, we got radio spots. I also have a bar as well.
Yeah.
So I'll do a open night.
That would be awesome.
You got a live band?
I do. We can definitely make that happen.
We'll make it happen, man.
See, that's exactly what we need more of, man. Just put more music in your everyday life. Like I said, you know, I could come here and tell you for hours about my business, tell you what I need for my business from you, but this is more than me. This is bigger than all of us. This is changing Daytona Beach as we know it. So if I'm a tourist, I know Daytona Beach has live music 24/7. I could go there, I could record, I could go find music wherever I am. And that's what needs to happen. This isn't about my business. This isn't about anything that's going on for me. It's about what we could all do together.
Hello, my name is Elisa Olden. I am a singer and songwriter here in Daytona. My husband and I also own Sunland Guitars in South Daytona, where he builds and designs guitars. He also does repairs, so a little plug there. And as a singer, I am open to playing gigs at all of your small businesses. I have cards, so feel free to come up and talk to me. For a couple of years now, we started the guitar business in 2019, and that has been our goal. My husband and I met in Nashville, and so we moved here, and our big goal too is to make Daytona a big music scene, just because, I mean, we loved it in Nashville, you know, and we just love music, and we love that scene, and just the feeling of like going in everywhere. And one of the things that I haven't seen a whole lot here and that is really good is like the open mic nights that you're doing. This is where it's more like a listening room setting where you're bringing in the artists and you're listening to them and you're hearing their stories and their songs and you're really getting to know them. That's a much more like intimate music setting. So if you guys are open to things like that, those are awesome for us, but also the gigs. And I just want to let you know that you've got support. There are plenty of us who feel the same way. They're amazing musicians here. My husband's building guitars for some of them. I mean, there's such potential here for a big music scene. And I mean, it is a tourist town, so we're set up for it. So you have a lot of support, and I'm very happy to see that you're doing this.
Thank you. And Alicia, it's been a pleasure. I've actually gotten to record you with my program, and yeah, if you haven't checked out some of the guitars, go check them out. But truly, that feeling that she was talking about, that's what I was missing. When you asked, what's the goal of my presentation, is for you to have that feeling in Daytona Beach. That feeling that she's talking about, this connection of music, that intimate feeling where it's like I'm listening to the artist. That's what I want everyone to feel in Daytona. What I'm passionate about with music is what every guest could feel in Daytona. We just have to restructure.
Hi, Heath, Jones Fractional Unit. Thanks for a great presentation. A couple of things. So I'm coming at this from two different angles. First of all, I've got a 12-year-old entertainment company. I've produced a couple of artists. I've produced some albums, some songs, a couple of jingles. I've always had to go out of town to do it. Orlando, or even as far away as Las Vegas or Los Angeles to do my recording.
Yep.
So I'd be interested in a tour of your studio to have a look at what you've got. I've also, from my marketing side, I'm now pushing into the streaming TV commercial ecosphere, so I'm interested in your jingle service.
Sure.
So I'd like to come and just take a look at that. But then just switching aside in the 1 million cops tradition, this is just observations again, not an expert, but I would urge you to stop talking about how cheap you are. Okay? That will kill your business. I didn't quite get a map of the services. I was listening for them. It's much better to build it to describe your business in a good, better, best service. Your affordable is good. Don't use cheap and affordable. People don't always trust affordable, and you can't make any money. Good, better, best. And it sounds like your best is on your your top service. You'll do mastering. You'll even do some, ASCAP. You'll get them launched. You'll be, there's all these kinds of things that you can do at the top. I'd like to meet and talk to you about that anyway afterwards, and I can probably help with that. And then the last thing is, you don't have a plan. If you say, I just want to make Daytona the center of the galaxy, that your enthusiasm will get you out of bed and your determination will keep you going, but you need an executable plan. It might be going into the schools or a battle of the bands or an annual event or, being a wedding service or something, but let's work on actually developing that plan, because when you get up in the morning and you've got a plan and everyone else can see the plan, they can get on board with the plan, not just the enthusiasm.
Totally.
I hope that's not too...
No, that helps a lot. I really appreciate it. And to kind of brush up on kind of how we can do that, like I was saying before, I think the best way and best plan for course of action is these smaller events involving local artists. Like Alicia said, we have so much local talent here that's so talented. They are incredible. And we're really blessed to have that. And like you said, you have to go so far for recording. If we utilize and connect all these dots, talented artists, local recording studios, and small events that highlight local artists. I'll say it one more time, smaller events that highlight local artists, things that aren't as big as Rockville, aren't as big as the 2500, and don't cost that much. Because that's going to involve more people in this town. Along with that, if we utilize the Peabody, the Ocean Center, the band show, we have a reason for people to go out. Right now, there's nowhere that we can have these events that are big enough for hundreds of people to pay a ticket and show up. And we need to change that. That's the second part of that plan. It's just using the things that we have now to put that on the map. And then the third part is just putting music 24/7, whatever it is you're doing. And those three things, that's what's going to create this change.
Hi, I'm Natalia Smith with Dixie County, and I'm also on board with the local SNCS. My question, just listening to your presentation was great and your energy is good, but you are more promoting of the community versus your own business. That's what I'm hearing. Is that correct?
Correct, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, my question is, do you provide, I haven't been to your facility, obviously, but can you provide a space a free space for local SNCS to have access to create events? Is that something that you provide for not for only local SNCS, but other people who wants to, be part of, promoting music scene in Daytona?
Yeah, right now, personally, our location isn't as big as I would like to. I want to be able to have a bigger location to host these events. That's why I've been reaching out to local businesses like the Elite Academy of Music, like Drink Hollow Bar, like the Cinematique, to provide that venue, because I don't have that venue right now. The studio isn't big enough to, I'd say the capacity is about 10 people. So it's not something that I want to have a giant locals mix in, but if we have more small businesses collaborate on that, that creates the venue, I create the sound, and then we all work together to create that collaboration, that synergism.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Fortunate Cooper Bryan. I'm the owner of Beat 'em the Confusion. My son just signed a record label in Atlanta. He's the Paradox. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, I just sent them over a message about you and what you're doing. And here's a suggestion that kind of goes with what she said. I think having a music talk series, an educational platform at different locations, and getting yourself very familiar with all the local artists, creating a database, a network, so that you guys you have everybody, like if I ask you, do you know so-and-so? You know, yeah, I know that person, I have access to them. And then you keep that going. And if you put that on your calendar for like each month, this is who I'm going to feature. And then do the educational piece, because there's so many aspects of music. Like he brought in commercial, creating jingles, different opportunities. People don't know about this. So if you're going to bring this to the area, education is primarily where you're going to make a lot of notoriety. So I think this is a great idea, and I'm going to follow you, and hopefully we can get the Paradox down here soon too. Okay.
I love that. Thank you. That's a really great point. I truly acknowledge that. And I really agree with that. That community that's what needs to be reinforced even more, and just working on myself to kind of make those connections is it's hard as it is, you know, it's kind of an uphill battle. So just more of that, building that database is a really good point. So thank you so much.
Somebody had asked if you do spotlights. I think you should. I think you should be the staple for the community, where restaurants, we need local artists, and now all the artists that you've worked with, yeah, I have artists. What kind of music are you looking for? You are that staple. You're bringing that energy, because your energy is awesome. I can vibe with you. You need to be that person. I think that's important. You know, to what everybody was saying, you know, if a bar is needing something, you can get with you can monetize it, which is important, and because it's your time. You can literally, a bar could be saying, I need somebody, and not only are you collecting money from the bar, but now on the recording sessions, you can offer different packages, saying like, yeah, we're gonna also promote you and put you on our featuring list, so that when you go through and owners are reaching out, we can actually consider you. And I think that's gonna benefit both sides of the coin. I don't know anything about the music industry, that's just observation. And
That's a great point, that helps a lot, so thank you.
Hi, I'm Javier. I happen to sit on the downtown redevelopment board, and you're saying in one of these special areas that they've got money, okay, and there's money for small businesses to help with economic development. I'm particularly intrigued by your longer range vision, and I see how the stepping stones. You got an infrastructure. You're going to start, a vision with artists to develop economic. My recommendation for the longer term is to align yourself with some of the same folks who are very interested in economic development. There's an entire department of the city that's getting out money. The murals downtown. It's so hard to get folks, business owners, to put down murals, and it will draw people. Why not take some money in your businesses from the city to build a soundstage? And recording, what you need for venue, but helps everybody. But also, I would recommend speaking to some of the folks on the one hand from the Brown Foundation. Okay. Manatee Island's got this beautiful little stage outdoor place. It sits in, it's got docks. Okay, that's beautiful. But what it lacks is programming. That's what it lacks. So, and there's money. So, you don't have to do it alone. There's already folks who are very interested in economic development. There's people here who could probably use that money. I would just recommend getting a little bit of education on how that process works. Yeah. Speak with the redevelopment department. And then go out in the community and say, not only do you need artists, here's a way to find the money to afford it.
Yeah. That's a really great point. Thank you. That helps a lot. Yeah, that's a really great point, and I definitely will be looking into that. And I really agree. I need to learn more how this works. But no, thank you. That's super helpful.
Hey, CoDa. Great presentation. Mark Goodson with the Ormond Beach Chamber of Commerce. I'm also a member of the Ormond Beach Arts District Board, and they oftentimes need for live music artists. But this is a topic that's near and dear to my heart for a variety of reasons. So, not quite sure where to start, but I will first say that I concur with your initial point, which is I think music unites us. And your overarching goal of making this a music mecca, I think, is a fantastic one. Though, as many have pointed out, I'm not certain exactly how you're going to do that. I love your enthusiasm, and it takes the energy to get started. But with that said, I left the senior executive level role with the Fortune 15 at the age of 40 to pursue a business that involved being a restaurateur, a bar owner, and a live music venue in the greater Nashville, Tennessee area. I actually owned a small chain where I ended up, with my wife and my children, ended up running it for the better part of 13 years. And it was rock star fun for the first 5.5, 6 years of a 12.5-year run. With that said, I will tell you, given the fact that Nashville is in fact a music mecca, and the fact that there are so many talented artists there, I was of the persuasion that I wanted to run live music as a small venue, as a small operator, as a mom and pop, every day of the week. And in fact, we did that for 12.5 years. We ran an acoustic set literally every day, 365 days a year, and full bands on the weekends. So we would run a full band downstairs on the weekends and have an acoustic set upstairs. That said, with the vast amount of musical talent in the area, we had so many people knocking on our doors wanting to play, we had to figure out how to select among those that would help us be successful versus those that wouldn't, because there's a ton of musical talent in these meccas, as you well know, right? So it's not just, we found as operators, it wasn't just about being technically adept at playing music. There were 3 factors that we looked at, and these are kind of wrapping this up, but this is where I'm headed. There were 3 things ultimately that we looked at as a small operator as we were evaluating local live music. 1, we were looking for people that had a stage presence. 2, we were looking for people that had technical musical ability. But 3rd, and most importantly for a small operator, and this is kind of the drum roll part of this, we needed people to draw a crowd. Okay? So it's not just about wanting small operators to run live music. They have to be able to be successful. So with that said, you threw out a number early on which resonated with me. You said for 3 hours of presumably an acoustic set, I would pay $250 for an artist, right? All right, so then think about a mom and pop that does $1,000 in revenue in a day. It's a non-starter. It's a non-starter because that's 25% of their margin. The margin is gone before they start the day. So I would leave you with this. As you try to expand upon Daytona Beach as a music mecca, figure out how to unite all of these artists that are good at what they do, and when they walk into a small operator and they want to play, give them the assurance that the community is going to show up and support them and walk in the door, because there's nothing worse than having somebody that has stage presence, technical ability, and nobody walks in the door. Okay? So that's the advice that I'll leave you.
That's super helpful. Thank you so much. Yeah, and I truly agree with that. Is you gotta have people come in the door, man. You gotta have a reason to show up. You know, if you're a consumer in this music scene and you don't have a reason to show up, you know, you could be the best artist in the world, but it doesn't give you the reason. And more of these reasons are going to be involved by small business working together, promoting and using social media along with just the local talent we have here to create and bring people to the door. And that's really how we're going to get there.
Very cool. Last opportunity. Great job. Good job. Beautiful job. So, as always, the one question we always ask of our presenters here at 1 Million Cups Daytona, what's the one thing that we can do for you to help you grow and meet your vision here as a 1 Million Cups community?
My biggest thing that you guys can do is help me fill this dead space. Put music in your business 24/7, whatever that may be. I don't care what it is, just put it in there, because that's how we're going to do this together. That's what I need from you guys, is put music in your lives 24/7. Thank you guys.
Good job. Good job. Thank you. All right, everybody, be safe out there, Bike Week. We're here every Wednesday, 9 o'clock till 10. We've got a great presenter lineup. We should, I think we sent it out, the email. By the way, just future reference, we're switching over from where our videos are going to be put up. When we do live streaming, when we store the videos, we're switching over to YouTube channel. There is a 1 Million Cups Daytona YouTube channel already set up, been out there for a while. We're going to start switching sometime near the end of this month. Just wanted to give you a heads up, so when you look for it on Facebook and you'll find it, that's where it will be. Last thing, everybody come on up. We're going to do a photo of the